Hey guys, welcome back. It's actually been a minute, but we are here and we're moving on. So today I'm going to show you how to add an image to your HTML. I'll show you how to add picture to your HTML. Okay. So we're going to use the image tag. I'm going to use the image tag with my atom. So I'm using atom today. Let me know what you think about atom. Okay, so we're going to use the image tag, right? So if you look at some websites, right, you see that they usually have images on their site. Let me give you an example. Okay, so for example, now if you look at this site, you see that they have images, right? You see this picture, right? See all these wristwatch, all these fine uh, you see all these fine pictures for here, right? So all these pictures now, these are in the what's it called now? These are in your project, right? All this one now they get that for their project, they get that for their website already. So they just render them for the front end, right? So I'm going to show you how to do the same thing, right? So first thing now you need to add the picture now. You need to put the picture for your project file. Okay, so get a picture now, and I'm going to put it here. So what I like to do, like as a rule of thumb, is that I like get a one central place where they put all my assets, right? When I mean my assets, I mean like images, picture, images and picture, I said, not my name. What I mean like images, music, videos, or those kind of things, or fonts, for example. Other kind of thing I go need a so I call I put everything for my assets. I call it call it assets. If you call it what you want, if you some people maybe call it resources or something like that, but you know, I've always been using assets, so you can call it assets. I'm going to create the folder now. Now you can create it on your this thing as well, on your terminal as well. I'm just going to create it here. I mean, you can create it on your code editor, your text editor. You can create it here, but I just want to I put it here. Okay, let's just create it here. So I already created the folder now, right? So I'm going to rename the folder and then just call it asset. Sorry, asset, right? So now inside this asset now I want to put the picture, right? So let me just get an image so we can put inside it. Okay, so I've gotten my image now, right? This picture here. So I want to put that inside the assets now. But if you look the name now, the name long. I don't want my dividing kind name all the time dividing name. Right. So what I can now do, I just rename them. So I can come here now and just say, well, you know how to rename picture now. I suppose not to rename picture. So let me just say landscape. Now what kind of landscape picture now I use? Right. So I don't put landscape picture now. I will just they say what they do for here now. It will move for here for this side. So I just take this landscape picture now. I'll put it inside my assets. Just and I don't enter assets. Let's go back to our text editor. To see it now, if I open here, it's inside for here asset, right? So what I want to do now to know to come show your to render your picture now for the front end. What you call use now, you can't use this tag, image tag, that they use to the render picture. So the image tag, this is how you write it, img. See, like this. Don't finish, or you never finish out, but I said at the right time. So this is your image tag. They say they close like this, not be this kind of image tag like this, not be this kind of tag, right? Now self-closing tag. So like this, I saw the right time. So if I write it like this now, then an image tag, it not go show anything. I'll show you. I'll save on. I'll show you for here. I'm sorry, not here. I'll show you for here. Okay, Mario, for write something. Oh yeah, now hold on. I write something. So I'll just use I use H3 now. I just say my image. Right, I just write this kind of thing now. My image. H3. Right, so I'll just write the kind of thing now. Say my image. Alright. So I get write the kind of thing now. Just say my image, right? So now if we look at now, even if you don't put this image tag, now if we look at now, you go see say you not there. Who this guy with the message? So if you look at now, you go see say for the browser now. We don't save Jesus Christ. So if we look this now for browser, now this are the image tag. We don't close them now, self-closing tag. Right, we don't close them. Now if you look out for the browser now, you'll see say where am I this thing? I'm guessing how many I use. So if you look out for the browser now, you see say now refresh. Now say we get my image, but under now nothing they show. Right? Why? Because say the browser no say okay now image tag go image tag now be this, but we never tell the browser where to get the image from. You understand? So why now? Why did it not show anything? So right. So what we can do next now? We can use this image attribute called source with SRC, right? So for the image attribute now, this source attribute now, it accepts value. So the value now might be the location of where the image is for your project folder. Remember, I don't teach you how to do relative URL and absolute URL, that and location where the thing dey for your project. Now you go see only for here now, it is our assets folder, right? So what we go first do, since this one dey here now, since we dey inside this list and this thing dey inside from the list now, we enter our asset folder. From our asset folder, we can go the picture, right? So how we cut it do am, we say we can say go asset, right? So for inside asset, we can put this slash. So this slash now means go inside. So in other words, the browser now go look for this name, right? Since you not get any extension, you go assume say na folder. You go look for this name. Once you see am, you go inside. That will be the slash we will put. So you can't go inside. You can't go inside. So as you go inside now, we can't specify what you will define for inside landscape. You see am? But don't forget that you have to always put the extension. So the extension can be JPEG, can be PNG, can be this or that. Right? But always make sure to put, because you can have the same file, you can have two different files with the same name, but different extension. Even at that, if you miss the name, it not go see show, because you could say it's not see am. So always make sure the name is correct and then the extension as well is correct. So you recognize the type of file it is, right? So don't put an now. So by default now this one's supposed to show. So more see am for the browser real quick. So now I want to refresh now. Since it don't show for the browser, my reduce now. Sorry, the image large, so my reduce now. So see as the image now don't show for the browser. So if you stick to the end now, I want to show you how you take the make your master. You get many pictures now for your site, right? How you take do one where you say go they save you time, your site will see they load quick, right? So I will show you, just stay to the end, I will show you that one. So you see how the image don't show. Now what if we not can see the image? You understand? Now say for example now we can't do the thing. What is this now? We can't like this now, we can't miss spelling, or we not can put extension, or we can't just do something, right? Where the browser not fit see am. This thing we define now, it not dey inside our project file. What will happen? Right? So we'll see now, we'll see how the browser go take render. We see how now say it don't show. It show this broken image tag, man. Expand am more. You should say show this broken image tag. Now this broken image tag will tell you say okay, oh, image supposed to dey here, picture supposed to dey here, but I not see am, or it not dey exist, or I not fit find am, or maybe na even your network say na bad or something like that. But either way, e not fit show the picture because you not see am, or you not fit post am, or nothing, right? So that kind of thing now we can show you this kind of icon. Now for user experience purposes now, and other kind of purposes, yeah, right? If person go to your site and see this kind of thing, I go say, okay, this picture not feel load, but what is supposed to even dey yourself? At least make I get idea of what is supposed to dey, right? So in this case now, HTML got you covered. You understand? So there's another attribute now where you could fit use, right? Another attribute that you can use here, right? And that attribute is called alt or alternate, right? So in other words, what the thing is saying now is, if you cannot find this source, that is image source, go use the alternative. You understand? That's what it's saying. If you cannot find the image, use the alternative. So the alternative is usually in text, not even actually in images, it's actually in text. So we can now what we're trying to do now is explain to the users what is supposed to be there, as in the kind of picture we're supposed to be there, as we not see, and so to explain. So we can now say this is This is a landscape landscape image. We not even no need to put image there, but anyhow you want put on, right? So we all put on like this. So if you not see this one, we'll see this other one for here. All right. So if we come back now, we refresh. You see, I say that's how you don't show them. This is a landscape image. And so let you know, say, oh, I not see the picture, but this is not the alternative. This is not what the best way build it in. They try let you know, say this is not what is supposed to be inside. You understand? So this is a way you can do that. Okay. Then one more thing I just need to show you. Sorry, I hardly use Atom, so it's difficult for me looking for Atom. I always want to go to VS Code, but instead I decided to go for Atom. So that's why I decided to the add one kind. But anyway, so there's one more thing I need to show you now. Remember, say the image large at first, right? I can decide to now reduce the image, right? I can now come here and say, say height now. Let me just give it height 50, right? I can do width as well. So width I can say 100 for example, right? Now let's see how it will render. Oh, sorry, I've not corrected the image. Sorry. Landscape. Okay. Now let's see how it will render. If I first like say the image don't large, I mean don't small. So remember say I in this thing. So these are the actual size now. So I remember say it's now it don't small, right? So this is another way you can style it, but we have not entered CSS yet. I just show you how you put a style out. We're not doing that yet. You understand? So I can decide to just remove all these ones. Now remember I said I was going to show you one way to save your to make your site load faster, especially if you have large image files and you have maybe your network is slow or something like that, right? So this is it. Let's go and jump into it right now. Now, the way to do that is by saying, if I use another attribute called loading, right? So that when they load, to use another attribute called loading, we'll now say lazy. That's all you need to do. So in other words, as you're loading the file, as you're loading your HTML page, right? Your browser will just look to say, it's all loading for here. So actually loading is equal to lazy. So we just leave them. More not stress ourselves, we just leave them. So we just leave them first. Then you go load other things. Then man say you can't scroll now for your website. When you don't scroll, which way that picture day, you can say your browser can say, okay, that picture here, more load that come. You understand? So you can't load down. So this is one way you can now make your site load quickly. So all these things will large, all these images will large, where you know say if your user the way to go take time, your browser just use loading, loading lazy. Your browser will just skip them, just do other things first, right? So this is it for how you can put your HTML, put images on your website. Okay, so I hope you found this informative. I love you all. Sorry for not being around, but I'm back. Okay, so more videos like this. If you like this, please like and subscribe and share. We're going to finish this series really soon, and then we're going to jump into CSS. Love you all. Bye, and see you in the next video.